contribute to and enforce personnel security policies and procedures. Welcome to this module on personnel security policies and procedures. People are the first line of defense in any organization. Without the right personnel security measures in place, businesses are vulnerable to insider threats, accidental breaches, and external attacks. In this lesson, we will break down the key aspects of personnel security, including hiring, onboarding, role changes, terminations, and third-party access management. Let's begin. The hiring process is the first step in ensuring personnel security. Organizations need to make sure that the people they bring into the company are trustworthy and capable of handling sensitive information. Candidate screening includes several key elements. Background checks. Before hiring, organizations should conduct criminal background checks, credit history checks, and employment verification to ensure a candidate is suitable for a position. Security clearance verification. If an employee needs to access classified or sensitive data, they may need government or corporate security clearance before starting their role. Reference checks. Contacting previous employers ensures that a candidate has a history of ethical behavior in the workplace. Example: a financial institution is hiring a cybersecurity analyst. As part of their screening process, they run a background check and find that the candidate has a history of data fraud. To protect company assets, they decide to reject the application. Once an employee is hired, they must sign employment agreements that clearly define security responsibilities. These documents help prevent misunderstandings and ensure compliance with company security policies. Key agreements include Acceptable Use Policy (AUP). This defines how employees can use company assets such as computers, networks, and cloud services. Confidentiality agreements, NDAs. Employees must sign agreements ensuring they won't share company secrets with unauthorized individuals. Incident reporting policy. Employees are required to report any security incidents such as phishing attempts or suspicious activity. Example: an employee at a healthcare organization signs a confidentiality agreement on their first day. This agreement ensures they understand the importance of protecting patient records and HIPAA compliance. Employee onboarding has multiple security components to ensure that new hires understand cybersecurity best practices before accessing sensitive systems. Onboarding has 3 key steps. Security orientation. New hires must go through a cybersecurity orientation session to learn about phishing, password management, and secure data handling. Access control assignment. Employees should only receive access to systems relevant to their job responsibilities. This follows the principle of least privilege, POLP. Security training. Employees must complete security training before gaining access to corporate systems. Example: a new software engineer joins a company. Before they are given access to source code repositories, they must complete a security training session on secure coding practices and data encryption. Employees may change roles or be promoted within an organization. However, security teams must adjust their access levels to match their new responsibilities. Key considerations for role changes: revoking unnecessary access. If an employee moves to a different department, they should no longer have access to data from their previous role. Providing new permissions. If a new role requires additional access, it must be approved and documented. Example: a financial analyst is promoted to a managerial position in HR. Their old permissions to financial systems should be revoked, and they should be given access to HR databases instead. When an employee leaves a company, it is crucial to immediately revoke their access to prevent security breaches. Offboarding involves these steps. Immediate access revocation. Disable the departing employee's accounts, including email, VPN, and database access. Retrieving company assets. The employee must return laptops, key cards, and external storage devices. Exit interviews. HR can use exit interviews to understand any security concerns or potential threats posed by the employee. Example: a disgruntled employee leaves the company but still has access to their email. A week later, they attempt to log in and download company data. However, their access was already revoked, preventing a potential data breach. Best practice: always disable access before an employee leaves the building. Not all personnel security risks come from employees. Third-party vendors, consultants, and contractors often require temporary access to systems, which can lead to security risks if not managed properly. Key security measures for third parties. Temporary access controls. Vendors should have time-limited access with automatic expiration. Non-disclosure agreements, NDAs. Contractors must sign legal agreements ensuring they do not disclose company information. Third-party risk assessments. Organizations should evaluate vendor security policies before granting access. Example: a software development firm hires an external contractor to work on a project. The contractor receives a temporary login that expires after the project ends, ensuring they cannot access the system indefinitely. The best way to prevent security incidents is through ongoing training. Employees should be regularly tested on cybersecurity risks to stay prepared. Effective security training includes phishing simulations. Employees receive simulated phishing emails to test their awareness. Incident response drills. Organizations conduct drills on how to handle cyber attacks. Annual security training. Employees must complete refresher courses on evolving threats. Example: a company sends out a simulated phishing email to employees. Those who fall for it are required to take additional security training to prevent real-world phishing attacks. Best practice: conduct regular security training and track employee progress. Now, let's summarize what we've learned about personnel security policies and procedures. Pre-hiring screening prevents insider threats by verifying employee backgrounds. Employment agreements ensure employees understand security policies before gaining access. Onboarding security training educates new hires about cybersecurity best practices. Role changes require access updates to prevent privilege creep. Offboarding security measures ensure access is revoked immediately when an employee leaves. Vendor security policies reduce the risk of third-party security breaches. Continuous training keeps employees aware of evolving cyber threats. By enforcing these policies, organizations can minimize security risks and protect their data from both external attacks and insider threats. This concludes our module on personnel security policies and procedures. Up next, risk management concepts. Stay secure.